Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Dear beloved viewers, most welcome. In this video, I discuss about business, halal business blocks, and we have come to another block, which is finance and accounting. Any business needs funds, needs capital in order to operate, in order to fund its operating activities, financing activities, among others. In that regard, when you are about to start, you normally look for capital. And there are different sources of capital. There are sources of capital that has to do with equity sources, which you get it from either your friends, your relatives, or like-minded people who wanted to do a business together with you. Or you have debt-based resources, which has to do with loans or trade credits, among others. Now, for a halal business, it has to be, these sources have to be Sharia compliant sources. Okay, you get the funds from contractual arrangements which are Sharia compliant, as well as you use these funds in a manner which is Sharia compliant. Normally, usages, it can be by you now turning money into products and services, and then turning services into money, turning services and products into money, and so on and so forth. But another usage could be, which is very common for larger companies, is when they have excess liquidity, they put it in a term deposit to earn interest in a conventional bank. So this is not right, this is not permissible in a halal business, but halal businesses can put the excess liquidity or cash into an Islamic banks or Islamic windows in order to generate a halal profit rather than an interest. But beyond investing your extra cash, there is a bigger question of which banks are you using. Are you using conventional banks for your normal business transactions, or are you using Islamic banks or Islamic windows of conventional bank? Now, from where I stand and from the fatwas that I think they are much more appealing and strong, is that a Muslim business or a halal business, if it is located in a country or in a region where there is an Islamic window or there is an Islamic bank, there is no justification to use conventional banks. There are no justification for using of conventional banks, and in that regard it becomes impermissible for you to use conventional banking services amidst Islamic financial services presence in your region. But if you are a halal business but operating in a region or in a country where there is no Islamic banks, you are allowed to use conventional banking services, particularly the current account part of it. This is an account which doesn't pay you any interest. Now, suppose somebody might be asking, why is that so? Okay, that is so because if you're using a conventional bank while leaving an Islamic bank or Islamic window of a conventional bank, that means you are supporting these conventional banks without any excuse. Without any excuse. That means you just chose to give them your money, of which they are going to use to lend to other people on interest, or using it, okay, and invest in other businesses which might not be Sharia compliant. And this is something you can't say you don't know. It's something that's what is happening in banks. Bank doesn't keep the money and watch over them. They lend it to other people by either or lend to the governments, to treasury bills and treasury bonds, and so on and so forth. So you can't close your eyes that you have given somebody money, a conventional bank, and you say that's not my problem, that is their problem. This is not all right. So to sum it up, in financing your business, you need to make sure that you are getting your sources of funds in a Sharia compliant manner. And when it comes to usage, you're using them in a Sharia compliant manner. You avoid israf, you avoid extravagance, you avoid tabdir, you avoid using this money in impermissible activities, but you are also avoiding a taraf, which is using this money just to show off